Hi everyone, it's time for last week's recap, and I'm Steph, and this is my sister Sean.
Hi.
We never really talked about what happened to you a couple weeks ago while we were in the dungeon. Would you like to tell everyone where you were?
I visited Friar Tuck. He's really nice. He taught me how to use magic and he gave me presents.
That was very nice of him, whoever he really was.
What do you mean?
I don't think he was who he said he was. Didn't you notice that he and the church were gone when we went back last?
Well, yeah, the goblins tried to help. They weren't very helpful.
Even goblins couldn't change things as much as we saw.
I guess that's true. Well, whoever he was very nice.
Yeah, he was. I just hope he doesn't expect something in return. Anyway, last week on Lost at Sea, we took Doug the Mimic from the catacombs underneath the old fort and headed back to the Earl's mansion.
I'm still not sure why we were mad at him. He seemed nice. He even gave us a delicious dinner.
That is true, but his brother convinced us that he was the rightful Earl, so we changed sides.
There was a fight. I killed 2 people. I've never killed anyone before. I hope it didn't hurt them.
I'm sure they didn't feel a thing. You did great. We defeated the fake Earl and then Manric fed him to Doug.
He didn't seem very happy.
Who? Doug, Manric, or the Earl?
Well, only Doug seemed happy.
Good point. Manric thought that the false Earl had killed Eliza, and that made him pretty mad.
But she was still alive, and now she's going to marry that nice orc.
Yeah, Manric didn't like that either. I'm surprised he didn't attack the orc right then.
He gets mad a lot.
He is a barbarian. Getting mad is what they do.
That sounds like a very stressful way to go through life.
Yeah, it definitely does. But here's the show, and thank you for watching.
Do we walk by the friar again, or
Yes, you do.
is he
Is
still
the
there?
Abbey still there?
Literally, there's nothing left of the Abbey, and it hasn't even looked like it's been there for 15 years. That's just rubble.
Where the
And
goblins
you
at?
see all the goblins kind of stacking shit up and making this kind of odd statue. It almost looks reminiscent of Seth.
Oh.
Goblin Queen.
As we pass by, I like bow my head to them and keep walking.
As you notice, it's not just 2 goblins. There's probably 5, 6, maybe even 7 goblins already helping these other 2 build this.
This is hilarious.
It looks like they're using old statue bits.
Can we fit 6 goblins onto our boat?
You're already sitting at max capacity.
Oh.
God damn it. Look,
Okay.
and you have bunkmates.
No, once we're on the boat, I help get Doug all set up in his little here.
Does this boat have a store of alcohol?
There's barely any food on said boat.
Alright, what if we go back into town and we ask Alistair for a bunch of food and
Yeah.
stuff?
Maybe stock up, yeah.
I would like to go into town and buy food and stuff for the boat.
Well, you actually do manage to find a general store in town.
I find a general store. Hey. Okay. I pop in there and
You see a half-elf wearing an eye patch behind the counter with kind of scrappy, almost balding hair.
that's a rather interesting accoutrement you've got there.
The fox accoutrement.
Your eye patch is neat.
Thank you. Your horns are pretty cool.
Thank you. Would you sell me your eye patch?
No.
Are you
I-
sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
Intimidate!
I
Intimidate.
need it.
No.
It
You
keeps things from getting in my eye hole.
You wouldn't happen to have any others?
No, not really. I have the one.
I kind of accept the premise of the thing he says, but I'm clearly disappointed. Can I eyeball the store? What's in the store? What kind of optional bits are about?
It looks like it's just the basic general store. He's got rope, he's got hose, he's got shovels, he's got
I have a
casts of
10-foot
stuff.
pole.
Does he have toolkits?
It
Spyglasses?
looks like he might have stuff like that. You'll have to ask him.
You wouldn't happen to have anything for killing rats aboard boats, would you?
I think I might have the thing.
Yes.
He reaches down behind the counter. There you go. The finest rat killing mallet.
I just look up at him and it's just I appreciate the effort.
Well, we might have some cats flying around. Cats are good for boats.
Would you happen to have any spyglasses, farseers?
I got this magnifying glass, and he sticks down a piece of glass.
No, that's a near seer.
It lets you see stuff real close.
That's no, not that. No.
What
You
about
have
one of
food.
these little... I've got one of them. He pops it out and extends it.
What is
I
it?
think he can see stuff far away with...
Oh, okay. So sorry, you cut out for a second there. It is a spyglass that he just whipped out.
Yes.
Nice. I would love to purchase that.
5 gold.
I accept.
Well,
just gonna-
okay then.
Check down, and I hand the guy 5 gold.
I'm poking around while
Very,
he's
very
talking.
generous of you.
All right, and
Do
let's
you-
see.
Do you have
Can I
buckets of
help you,
water?
little elf?
Do you have water?
I have buckets, but no what? I mean, you could fill them up in the ocean or in a river,
Well,
and then it's a bucket of water.
that's true. So you don't have water for long trips on a boat, in tubs.
Well,
or
I got several. I have several
barrels.
casks. I've got cask of water, ale, wine.
How big are the casks?
Yeah, they're about your size, little lad.
Oh, perfect. Did we notice that there any of those on the boat? You said there wasn't any food.
There was empty casks on.
Okay. Okay,
Alright.
I'll think about those. Thank you.
Does this guy have hooch?
Yeah, well, yes, I've got hooch. You need a barrel, you need a cask, you need a flagon. I'm your man.
I need 8 casks.
8
Oh.
casks. Well, okay.
Okay.
Well, that's gonna chalk you up to about 200 gold.
I accept.
Most generous. Haggling from you, it seems.
Intimidate him to giving it to you for free.
Is there a smithy in town?
There is not, little snake man.
Is there an old man who perhaps deals in oddities?
Not in this town. I'm about the only shop around besides the inn.
Do you have a map of the world, like for navigations purposes?
Well, yes, I've got a map there, Snake Man. What port town doesn't sell maps? I've got maps of the island, and he's rolling them out as he says them. I've got maps of the bigger island. I've got maps of the archipelagos. I've got maps of the ocean. Maps to your mum. I'm just kidding. Snake people don't have mums.
Hmm.
Where do snake babies come from?
Do they not?
No. Well,
Snake
kind
people
of.
come from eggs. What you mean?
Well, the eggs
Oh.
come from moms, don't they?
Well, I suppose, little elf.
Okay, so that means they have a mom. Well, I'm glad that's settled. Speaking of which,
But wouldn't that mean they all have mums, since they all come from an egg?
yes.
Oh yeah.
Here, man, Mac, here's your mace back, by the way. I forgot to give it to you. Thank you.
I mean, you can keep it. I don't really need it.
It's too heavy for me.
I'll just take it. Okay. I just need navigational charts and stuff like that, I
Or
guess.
to say, hey,
Uh,
you want to buy this mace, store guy?
I'm no weapon dealer. You'd be better off selling that in one of the big towns. I'm sure somebody in town might want a good whacker.
Well, you could sell it as another rat catcher.
Well, you little lass, that's a pretty clever idea. Here you go. Have a sweet, and I'll take that mace right off your hand.
If by sweet you mean 2 gold pieces, okay.
Good try, little one. I'll give you 5 silver for it. And a piece of candy for your toy.
20 silver.
7.
25.
That's not how you haggle, little. You're going the wrong way.
No, you're not going up high enough.
10 silver. That's where we'll meet, and you can have 4 pieces of candy.
12 silver it is.
I said 10.
And I said 12.
Oh.
Is this your little girl, Mr. Hornman? Or yours, Snake Man?
Hey guys, I'm a
She's
liar.
quite sassy.
So we said 13 silver, right?
We'll go with 12.
I heard 14. Does she get the piece of candy?
4 pieces, as I remember.
Does this
Uh,
guy look like a sailor at all? Like he's got any actual sailing experience, or has his eye just been flopped out at one point?
He just pretends to be a pirate.
We should ask
I
Steph.
mean-
She knows about boats.
He looks like he's been near boats, at least. At least he smells like the salt sea.
Good sir,
Yes.
how long sailing is it from here to Reichstag?
I'd say it's a couple weeks. Shouldn't be too hard.
Perilous journey?
No, I wouldn't call it perilous. I mean, unless you meet one of those sea drakes that live out there. I've been hearing some strange tales of shark-headed pirates that live out in the ocean.
For shame.
Mo, are you in?
Or,
Yeah, I'm here.
I've also heard about these devious little gnomes. I'd love to get my hands on one of their contraptions. But you see, they made a vessel that can go under the water.
Yes, I believe all vessels do that eventually.
They made a boat that sinks.
Yes, little one, it sinks.
I just
But
look
it
over
can
the stuff.
come back up.
I look over
That
the
is a
stuff and I
nifty
ask her,
thing.
That seems like a good way to, or an interesting way to die.
Hi, I thought so too, but all the gnomes, say, stay alive somehow.
Hmm.
Some cruel contraption made it.
Sandra whispered to Steph, asking her to come to the to the shop.
I whisper back on my way.
We have
I'm
empty
at the
casks on the boat, so we can fill those from the stream.
I enter the shop.
Steph!
Well, I'll be. There's another little elf.
You know about boats. What do we need?
Well, let me ask the DM, is all the main necessary stuff on there? Or things?
Yep, all the majority of the stuff that you need to sail, there.
Okay.
It's just
So,
when it
Boat
comes to
functionality is
supplies.
not a concern. As far as sailing, we have everything. I always say you could use a little extra rope, just in case.
Well, I got rope. I got plenties of rope.
Do you have
Alright.
what size do I need?
How many
Mid-size.
How many feet do you need?
I'd say 100 just to be safe.
Alright, well, 100 feet of rope. That'll cost you 15 silver.
I can do that.
10 silver it is.
I'll do 14 silver for the little one.
So 13 silver?
Fine, 13 silver.
Okay. I give her him 13 silver.
Alright, also having some kind of knives or daggers, in case we need to cut anything or trim anything. It's also handy, so we're not using our bulky weapons.
Well, sure. I got a couple daggers left here. Let me look for them. He starts going through the stuff and pulls out 3 daggers. I'll give the whole lot of them for just 2 gold.
I'll take them for 1.
1 and 5 silver.
1.
1 and 4 silver.
You're not fooling anyone, those aren't even sharpened. I'll take them for 1.
Plastic girl, they're sharpened. Watch. He pricks himself in the finger and draws a little blood.
You could have thin skin, I don't know.
Thin skin. We're the same make, you and me, half-elf.
And I take it and I poke it into my finger. It looks like enough force, but not enough for the skin to break.
Gonna roll it. Deception.
Yeah, I don't know. What do I roll for that?
I'd say roll deception.
Deception. I already lost where deception is. 6.
So yeah, when you stick your finger, you draw quite a bit of... it looks like it's sharp to me.
My good sir,
Do you
she's
any
been injured on your premises. Why, I think legal action is required.
legal?
In point of fact, I'm rather certain you'll have to fill out this stack of papers officiating your witness of the damage sustained on your property. In point of fact, I'm quite certain the fees will be extravagant. You may, in fact, lose your store.
Old fella, but I can't. Nor do I know much about any legality here. The Earl's the final say up in here.
And you're
You
talking
know
to him.
That's so interesting. You see this funny hat I've got on? It's actually a replacement for my crown. You see, I actually became the Earl rather recently. And that's a 14 to persuade. Fuck ass.
Well, I don't understand. You don't look like no Grey Wolf to me. These all's humans. He's got all horny bits.
Yes, well, you see, one of them died,
Okay.
and I took over.
Okay.
That's
What
effectively the
relation?
extent of the story.
What relation are ye?
We're not.
Cousins. So you're bedmates. I see.
Indeed.
Oh well, that's very fair.
Prolifically.
I nod.
Is the guy unconvinced?
Yes.
I say, here's the 2 silver. Let's go.
Well, you all have a safe journey to Stag now.
Hmm.
Mm.
Let's see. Okay. We've
I don't
got
know
food.
I don't know
Water.
if we're going there. We need to fill the barrels.
How many barrels approximately, my dear, did you perceive?
I found 10 barrels.
Where did the
Most
food come
excellent.
from?
They're just already on the boat.
We'll just fill those with fresh water from one of the streams nearby.
I
God damn
walk
it.
back into the general goods store. And
Well, greetings, good sir.
hello. Would you happen to have any fishing nets or tools to go fishing?
Oh. Well, of course, I've got a couple fishing. Yeah, a couple nets, bait, hooks, your whole shebang.
I'll take one of each.
Just one of each. So, one hook, one rod, one net, one bait. He says just one word on the table.
6 of each.
I don't have 6 fishing rods. Nets.
How many do you have?
Well, I've got the 3, and I've got 2 nets.
3 of each. And 2 nets.
Alright. So then he sets out 3 hooks and 3 worms.
Worms?
Yes.
I'm gonna get a jar of worms.
I don't say we're gonna need more than just 3
Yeah.
fucking worms.
Well, alright. He scoops the worms back into his little container and closes the lid and sets it. Well, there you go, Lord.
How much will it be? Good sir.
Well, the rods are usually a piece, but I'll give them to you for 10 because you're taking them my hand. The nets go for a little bit more because the sailors like to come by and buy them instead of fixing up their own. So I'll give them to you for 15 apiece. The thing of worms there, that there's only 10 copper. Or 1 silver if you got it. But the hooks I'll just give to you.
So in total, we're looking at.
45 and 1 silver.
I look around. Does he have like a rickety table some things are sitting on?
Well, yeah.
I kick the table leg. Tell him 30.
Well, that was just uncalled for there, lad. You gotta pick that. Why would you kick out the table?
30 pieces, and I'll be on my way.
I offered you a handy deal. You seem the able enough.
I put 30 silver pieces on his counter.
Well, lad, you're 15 short. If that's the case, I'll take one of the nets back.
Whoa. 30 pieces for everything, and I'm leaving with your store intact.
He grabs one of the nets and begins to wait. Well, I told you, lad. I gotta have 15 nets.
30 for everything, and I proceed to reach for his eye patch.
Why are you reaching for my patch?
I'm taking it.
You're not taking my eye patch.
Like, roll to see if I grab it from his head.
Yep, slide a hand check.
Slide it. 12?
You miss.
I'm a horrible haggler. I give him 50 gold and I walk out down. I'm not nearly as good as Sean.
He throws the net back on the table and lets you take it. Now, go on, boy.
So now I feel safe in assuming like it's morning, early noon, and we've accumulated water, hooch, and argued about food. I would.
While Goodberry does sustain you, nourishment for a day, it isn't filling.
I did buy fishing supplies.
Have you attempted to fish overnight in the bay?
I want to say yes. Do I need to roll for that?
Yes.
Yes.
Alright.
A survival check.
16.
You've managed to catch several minuscule, probably minnows or sunfish.
Like enough
Nothing
for
really large enough to warrant keeping.
Can
Yeah.
Morgan, being the expert chef that he is, do something with that?
Yes, I will allow it. That he is knowledgeable enough to make like a fish stew.
I saw him fishing, and I asked if I can, if he'll teach me. So I do some fishing too, and roll a 21.
Jesus fuck.
Beginner's luck.
Okay. As Sean is fishing, she begins to feel a sharp tug on the line. Just a ridiculous amount of pull. What's your strength at, by the way?
Oh god.
10?
Yes.
Is she next to me? And
Yes.
do I see this happening? And can I
Yes.
aid her? Grab the rod?
Yes.
Need a strength check?
Yes.
Natural 1.
Oh shit!
I got a 19.
Okay, so Eric or Malachi, all of a sudden you just see little Sean just begin to get ripped right off of the boat. Luckily, well, actually no. First, make me a dexterity check. You can do athletics or just base dexterity.
18. Athletics.
Okay, so
did
yes,
you
you do
advantage
manage to
yourself?
grab.
Thank you.
So after I pull her back in, I grab the rod, and I try to bring in whatever's tugging at the rod. Am I
Make
rolling?
me a strength check to reel that shit in.
I rolled a 15 on the second try.
23.
Okay, well, as you guys manage to reel in the fish together, you tug and pull, and you end up pulling in.
The Kraken! No, I'm just kidding.
Oh shit, well, that's a percentile 1, so yeah, it's the Kraken. I'm just kidding.
What? I was joking!
You managed to reel in that's 10 inches, 15-inch sea tuna.
That's pretty decent.
Very impressive, Sean.
I
I'm sorry.
clap from the back. So, while the group's getting stuff together, I say, we're going to take the ship to Reichstag. So,
Do I have a kind of flashback as she mentions Reichstag?
Yes.
And I just like ding, ding, ding. You know, Reichstag. That sounds so exotic. My goodness, there's definitely alternate alcohols and looser women there. We should super go there.
Sounds to me like you have an ulterior motive.
You know what ulterior is short for?
I don't.
He just walks up to the helm and says, "Adventure." Cutwater, not understanding how it works, like unlocks the helm and it starts swinging.
I just kind of slowly nudge him to the side and I grab the wheel.
Would you like me to teach you a few knots and how the sails work?
You know, that sounds excellent. I would love to learn that because I need to learn how to sew now.
That has nothing to... Those two are not...
Knots. Teach me knots.
Right,
Knots are
fine.
important with sewing.
Yes, that... manning the sails is not.
Teach me knots anyways.
Alright, so I set about doing that.
Cutwater, could you do me a favor?
A favor?
Would you be willing to lend your spyglass to Sean, just so she can keep an eye out while we're sailing?
I blink.
Cutwater deliberates. He pulls out a spyglass and slowly hands it over, and as she goes to catch it, he kind of stops and he's like, "A favor for a favor."
Before we get underway, I'm gonna get a bucket and fill it with seawater, and then set up the grindstone very close to the edge of the boat, so that way I am casting all my sparks towards the water.
Okay, so I hand over the telescope, Majiggy, and yet there is a certain you're gonna owe me later vibe.
I say thank you. What am I supposed to do with this?
Look through it, probably.
She opens up, or picks up the telescope and looks through the wrong end. It makes everything small. I turn it
Yes, I
around
can-
and look through the other side and go, oh, now it makes everything big. I use levitate and go up onto the mast. Wayne, are we still docked, or are we actually out on the water moving at this point?
You guys are out on the water.
Okay.
We're sailing.
I roll a 20
He's relaxing.
in looking for things.
You
Oh,
don't
whoops.
notice anything.
It's
Sweet.
really pretty out here. I see a lot of water.
Well, that's good. If you weren't seeing water, I'd be worried.
Okay.
Let me know if you see sails or clouds. Well, big, mean-looking clouds or land.
Okay.
Good, my timer's done. So, you guys have been traveling for several hours, heading east-northeast, away from the Isle. You can still see
Oh,
land in the distance. Sean, this is when you spot several masts in the distance heading towards the Isle.
Is there some trees out there? Oh no, wait, I think those are boats. There's boats going towards... Is that the island we just left?
Yes.
There's a bunch of boats going towards the island we just left.
Can you make out any sails or flags? Anything beyond the fact that they're boats?
Off in the
23
distance.
Holy shit.
Yeah. So yeah, you definitely make out the shapes. So in the distance, you see silver flags flying with 3 black skulls kind of mashed together into one skull in the distance.
Do we know what that is?
History check?
Sure.
Well,
Do I need to roll that as well?
Sean would,
Whoever
but,
wants to.
so I'm not even going to roll because Sean would have
Actually,
no idea, but
Sean,
he does relate it. Go
you
ahead.
you actually recognize it right away.
Oh.
Oh.
The country that was paying to take you.
Oh.
Lady,
let's not go
Lady
back there.
Fernwood?
No.
Oh.
They're Necroma ships. I don't like them.
What?
Yeah. They're Necromian ships.
Because I am terrible at remembering history, as an actual person. What do we as a group sort of metagamingly know about the Necroma?
They're a secretive country that's kept to themselves for several hundred years. There's been outside dealings that they've been collecting magical slaves. No one knows what happens to them. Literally, there's probably about 5 dozen ships.
You said
Seth,
5?
you might want to get up here.
5 dozen?
Yes.
Yeah, 60 ships. That's a fucking fleet.
Okay,
I say-
can Sean tell how many sails there are? Okay, ballparking it, she can tell that there's yay many ships. Can she tell how high stacked the sails are?
Like how big they are, how fast they're coming. kind of thing?
Are these warships?
They're warships, for sure.
Fuck.
They're going towards the island,
They're-
though, right?
They're massive, going towards...
They're going towards our island.
Yes, but they're not coming towards us.
The goblins. We need to think of the goblins.
Give a
Um,
shit about the goblins.
So
I
there's
say-
60 ships.
Oh, go ahead.
They from the Chroma that are heading towards the island we just left. I don't think we want to go back there.
And I come up the steps. What's going on?
There's a fleet of Necroman warships heading towards the island we just left.
Just keep
Okay.
it the route. They're not coming towards us.
Let's see. Okay. I drop the flag and use shape water to force the boat to move faster. I'm creating a rolling conveyor belt of water.
I would allow it.
I shout down to the lower deck. Tell Lorcan to hold on. We're increasing the speed to get away from some enemies.
Sean, you notice that there's 3 boats breaking away from the rest of them. They're a lot smaller than the others.
3 of the boats are coming our way.
Shit. If we're boarded, you need to get below decks as quickly as possible.
How large are these boats that are coming towards us?
Easily bigger than yours.
They're smaller than
are
the
they-
big war boats, but they're bigger than us.
Okay, so they're not like full-blown galleys, but
No.
okay.
So as they head towards us, I rush over to Sean. So I shout out then, Sean, come down. We're gonna hide you to us. I'll
Give the
catch you if
spyglass
you
to cut
fall.
water.
And feather fall down.
We'd say, like, it's the size of, like, a catch.
And then, Sean, I'm gonna lead you down to the room where Doug is. And I kneel down to Doug and I kind of knock on top. Doug, can you hear me?
Yes, cat lady.
Yes, my sister Sean, you know her. She needs to hide down. Is there any way you can become a little bit of a bigger chest so she can hide you?
Hide in me?
No, thank you.
Can she hide in you if you promise not to eat her?
No.
That ends up slimy.
No, because then if someone comes along, he can eat them. I'll hide behind.
She'll hide behind you. Someone tries to get to her, they're all yours, except for people in our crew. Okay?
Oh.
Real disappointed right there.
Alright, I'll becomes bigger.
Thank you, Doug.
So who hands me the spyglass?
Oh, Sean, I'm moving you. Sorry.
I give the
Sean did
spyglass back
before.
to- Okay, yeah. We'll work
Yeah,
on
before we hit her. And then once Sean's hidden, I say, they've either seen me in my person form or my dog form, so I'm going to change so they don't know. Okay? And I'm going to change into... Oh! I'm going to change it to an axe beak.
Oh, shit.
And I'm going to hide down in the bottom as just, like, or chill out here. So.
Just be a giant fucking bird that takes up a huge amount.
Or you can be a dolphin and just
All of
jump
a
in the
sudden,
water and
the
swim
boat-
beside.
The boat just sinks like another foot
Fine.
into the water.
Fine. I'll become a cat.
Shoulder cat.
What? No. Axebeak was awesome. I was super on board.
No, I'm fine with XP.
Axebeak was great.
Come back! I need to be something up on the top where I can see everyone.
You can be an Axebeak up top.
Are you sure?
No, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'll be your shoulder cat. It's fine because I want to be able to see the people.
Oh shit! Oh fuck yeah! Are you shoulder cat right now?
Yep, shoulder cat.
Oh my god, yes. Okay.
I'm like playing with the string in the yard that you're using.
I look through the spyglass and I'm like, gentlemen, we're to be surrounded.
Prepare to be bored.
It's Christmas.
Can we deduce how fast these ships are going? They're probably outrunning us, but how long do we have until they get here?
At least at the distance you're currently at, they could probably catch up to you in a couple hours.
Oh, okay.
So, the boats are getting closer. Literally, you can see individuals standing on the edge of the decks. They're getting ready to cast spells at you.
I'm going to shapeshift out of my cat form because I'm going to die if I stay in my cat form.
No, shoulder cat.
I'm sorry, but I don't want to die that fast. I'm going to go into my regular form for spell casting if needed until they kill us all.
Wayne.
Yes.
Is the three masked guys boat a little fancier than the?
It is. It has the figurehead on it. It just looks like a man holding a sword. But you don't recognize who the man is.
It's bad luck.
That is bad luck. Okay.
I say we burn it.
Is his boat in front?
Yes.
Awesome. How close is he?
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to hit.
Alrighty. I think we have no choice but to wait until they come knocking.
It seems like now they're keeping the same distance, and now you have spells just kind of exploding off the sides of your ship.
Right. Okay.
They're trying to get us to stop.
Are they within
Don't
earshot?
stop.
On to port!
That means left.
I throw the helm left.
So what? Are you like whipping it? How
Yeah,
far left?
I'm whipping it far enough to get it so that we're not that it's going all the way around, because obviously that would be not useful, but enough so that way we're turning back towards them.
Okay.
I'm making a U-turn.
Okay. So now both
Perfect.
boats are traveling right at each other, and you're in range
This
to
doesn't
cast
seem like a
spells.
good idea.
You're in range to cast spells.
Oh shit. Alright, are there any obvious targets? Can we see any wizards or anybody sticking their heads up?
There's literally wizards all over this bitch.
Fuck. Is there... Okay, can I see any of the wizards?
Literally up on the front of the lead boat, you just see the big behemoth of a man with the 3 masts standing there watching you.
I shirk my initial want, and instead I cast Eldritch Blast at that guy.
And your spell fails.
My spell fails.
Yep.
Fuck.
I cast Firebolt at the front of the boat.
Your spell fails.
Oh, tit.
Can we... Can I just try to conjure a flame in my hand and see if that works?
It works. It's obviously some spell that they're using to keep you from casting.
I pull out my bow and an arrow.
Okay.
I
I
light an arrow
prestidigitate
on fire,
a little ball of fire in front of his arrow.
and once the bow, or once the arrow is sufficiently lit, I shoot it at the boat.
Okay. Roll to hit.
That's a nat 20.
Okay. Roll your damage.
9, but one of it is fire damage.
Okay, so double that, that's 18. Because you critted.
Yeah.
Okay. So your arrow flies through the air and strikes the figurehead of the boat, and the arrow just kind of fizzles out. It doesn't seem to have done any damage.
So they can't block physical attacks, but they're blocking spellcasting. I relay this information to everyone who can hear me.
I say, who's steering the boat right now?
Shit.
I
I
am.
forgot. You are?
Yeah.
I yell to you, switch with me, they'll probably start the boat as and I have no shot in hell to fight physically.
Sure. So I jump off the boat, off the helm, and let her take it.
Off the boat!
Please don't jump off the boat.
Off the boat! Here I go!
Off the boat!
So, Val, you see the man that's standing over by the figurehead. He looks, sees where your arrow hit, and he looks back at. You can almost feel the hate in his eyes. And he raises a hand and points it right at you.
Fucking hell. I'm sick of this hellish rebuke shit.
What is the statistics of me rolling 7d4 and they're all 4s?
Unlikely.
Wow.
I'm dead, if that's damage.
Yeah, because you just took
28 points of damage.
28 plus 7. Because
I'm
each
dead.
missile
Like,
has a plus.
instantly dead.
Like
I only have
dead
14
or
hit
knocked
points.
That's
out?
30.
I
That's
only have
35.
14 hit points. That kills me instantly.
Holy
Okay.
tits.
Whoever predicted the entire team, I think you're correct.
Yeah, whoops.
Okay.
I look down
So-
at
So
Morgan,
yeah,
point
you
at
guys just see
Archibald, and just nod.
literal swarms of these just magic arrows slam into Archibald. He just kind of freezes and falls to the ground.
Avenge me.
I rush over to Archibald. Archie!
He's
Avenge me,
gone.
brother.
Fucking
As
shit.
as I see this happen, I take my staff that I have and I shove it into the wheel to get it to just go straight, and I put my hands up like a surrender
Well, it's been a nice
instantly.
I cuddle Archie's limp, cold body that's not cold because it's still warm, and I just, oh, Archie, he was so Archibald. He was very Archimus. And then I try to rifle through his pockets.
Okay.
Wait,
I was
How
wearing
many-
my leather armor,
how
so
many dice did you roll?
he rolled like 7.
7 D4s.
Jesus, this guy's high level. Compared to us.
Yep.
Yep.
He really didn't like the fact that I shot his figurehead. Jesus.
You scratch it!
Yeah, my arms are high up in the air, and I'm like, please, God, keep me alive.
Maybe
He's your god now.
So you guys are still sailing right at the.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well-
how do we... I yell out, Cutwater, use the magic to stop our shit.
He can't.
Hoist the sail.
Can I
Well, it's
not?
not directed at them, it's directed at us.
I'm too distracted robbing Archie's corpse.
Cutwater!
Hoist the sails and drive.
Cutwater! Use your spell to slow the boat down. I go to turn, hopefully be
I'll weigh the anchor.
perpendicular.
I start slowing the boat down, grabbing as much of Archie as I can grab.
I'm turning it so
Well-
that they're perpendicular to us.
As you stop and the Necromian boats get closer, you can hear their chatter back and forth in their strange language. And that's when you hear the water begin to bubble behind you.
Kraken.
Oh god.
You just see this massive woman shape come up out of the water next to your boat.
Holy Jesus.
Actually, she's not even big enough. There.
Fuck.
And she just
I'll look up to her and I wink.
She looks down at the boat and just smiles. And then looks at the 3 Necromian ships. And you literally just see the waves begin to crash around the boat, smashing them together.
Oh shit.
Lumber everywhere. The boats are sinking. People leaving. They're going on boats.
Holy shit.
And then she just dissolves back into the water as sea foam.
Okay, before she dissolves into the water, can I just come here often? And attempt to seduce the sea god?
Sure. Roll.
Yeah. Do the thing. There we go. Unnatural 20.
Sorry, buddy.
Ah! I get like a quarter smile.
But literally, if you remember, Noreen, the goddess of the sea, is already
what?
Married.
married.
No.
Not with that attitude.
Oh my god.
So while that's going on, Sean is sitting next to or behind Doug and asking him about his life story.
Ah.
So tell me about yourself.
Well, I'm a mimic, and I eat people.
Do you have parents?
I don't think so.
Well, where do mimics come from then?
Mimic eggs? I really don't know. I just remember being a chest one day and eating people.
So you don't lay eggs yourself?
Well, I think I'm a guy mimic, so I don't think so.
So if you had a girl mimic, you could make eggs?
I suppose.
So should we be trying to find you a girl mimic?
I have no need for a girl mimic right now.
Huh. Are you sure you're a guy?
Whips out dick.
I'm done.
That's interesting.
So just to verify, all three of those ships are fucking gone.
Yes, it's literally just rubble. The boats are sinking.
Are
Do
there
you see anything valuable
survivors?
floating in the water?
No.
Is that no to both of those things? There are no.
As far as you can tell, there are no survivors.
Holy shit.
Do I see this guy's three-faced helmet?
No.
It's metal. It's sink.
It could magically float.
So I look over to Cutwater and I just like say like, "Did you see that shit?"
Cutwater's like he's clearly like taken aback. He doesn't know how to process, and he's just like, just another adventure.
And I just kind of like leave my staff into the wheel, and I just kind of like slowly sit down. I'm like, I don't even know where to go from here.
I pull the anchor back up.
I think to myself,
it wasn't doing much to begin with.
Adding drag, and that's annoying.
Okay, what's floating?
Just chunks of wood.
Can we use the net to like catch? Like, are there barrels, rope, sails, that kind of stuff floating?
Not really.
Jesus.
Like,
I
literally,
yelled-
the sea is swallowing everything.
I yell down to Sean. I say, "Sean, come back to the top." And I look at Cutwater and I say, "I'm going to go under and search to see if I can see anything." And I jump into the water and I turn into a squid, octopus, whatever.
Wow, you guys are amazing.
Oh my god. Indeed.
So you're swimming down to check the rubble?
Yeah, I swim at least underwater to see if it's all getting sunk down somewhere, or if it's just there. If it's just there, and then I'm gonna kind of look around.
I look down at Lorcan and I say, if Val waited a second longer, he wouldn't have died in vain.
What happened? Where's Archibald?
Sadly, he has passed. He goes on to a better world. I light one of Archibald's candles.
Hey, is his body still on the boat?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I swim back to the surface, and I don't know. I guess octopus climb my way back into the boat. Yeah, and I turn back to my regular form.
That would be the most horrifying thing to watch.
I know. I realized that as I was
Octopus
speaking, I was
just-
like, ugh.
Up the side of a fucking boat.
And I'm here, and I look at Sean, and I say, "Sean, when you get a second, I need to speak with you in private."
Okay.
If you two want to jump into one of the extra rooms, that's fine.
Okay. I take Sean's hand and I lead her into whatever room here is, and close the door.
I was talking about like the RP rooms, but that works.
Oh, right. Well, I was just putting us off to the side while everything. You knew that we were down there. So, Sean, I'll go to room 1.
So what are we doing with Val's body?
I heard feed it to Doug.
Nope. I'm keeping it.
What?
I want one.
So, Lorcan finishes up cooking. So you guys have a nice apple pie made up. He's cooked the fish and boiled the bones and the potatoes together and made kind of a potato broth. More of a soup, I guess you could say. The tuna itself has been charred and seasoned, using some of the grog as a flavoring.
Nice.
And he begins to pass out the meals. When he comes to Seth, he's I saw I don't has lots of veggies too. I know you don't see some meats.
I sort of like nod at him and I say, "It's perfectly fine. It looks like what you made is for everyone, and I'm sure they're very happy. I'm perfectly fine."
Well, so I made the potato soup. Potatoes are good,
Okay, I'll eat that.
There's only fish bones in it.
Oh, never mind.
That's for crunch. That's for crunch. Veggies can eat some bones.
It sounds lovely. I'll take a taste of it later, I promise.
I saw some plant eat some bones.
Yes. I sure.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I take a bite and say, the crunchy is good, I like it. Crunch, crunch.
The little one likes some my crunch.
I like start sliding the thing of grog towards Sean, not sure if she wants it and or gives a shit about alcohol.
I say, thank you, and take a sip, and then go,
oh god.
Man Snake, grog is good, yeah?
Damn it, now I'm going way too German.
Grog is good,
I
yeah.
said. Yeah, it's good.
Das ist gut.
Downs his entire thing of grog. There you go.
I make some of the berries in my hand. I kind of eat at those. The good berries.
Oh man. So, is somebody gonna keep sailing the boat through the night, or?
I'll sail the boat through the night. I didn't really spend much of anything, so.
Okay. Mo, you can, with advantage, go ahead and roll me a sailing check. You can add, of your choice, dexterity or wisdom.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's
plus your proficiency mod.
Oh.
I'll be right back.
Because you're proficient in sailing.
Okay, so with advantage. Oh, God. Okay. And then plus. What should I say? So 25? 25.
Okay. So, for the next several days, the group has no issues whatsoever out on the. It looks like storm clouds are gathering, but they keep getting blown away in the spring winds. After about a week and a half on the open sea, you notice almost an unnatural fog beginning to boil and roll in around the ship.
Why?
Manrak, it is you currently sailing the ship. And you're noticing just this thick fog rolling in with the morning sun. It looks unnatural.
Okay.
Because literally there's no land around. Fog in the morning coming off the ocean here.
Right.
That's not how fog works.
Cool. I'm just gonna start hooting and hollering and trying to wake people up. Seth, where you is?
I come up and I say, "What is it? Is something wrong?"
Have you noticed the fog?
I look off into the distance and indeed see the fog. How long has it been going for?
Wayne, how long has it been going for?
Since the sun rose.
How long has that been?
Half an hour or so.
Half an hour or so.
How close is it to us?
It's almost engulfing the ship.
So, like, it's close enough that, like, if I reach out, it's, like, on us.
Yes.
Do we smell or feel anything?
No, nothing unnatural. It smells like salt water.
The spirit of Val coming to haunt us.
Oh god.
Davies Joan Locker type shit.
I mean, my natural perception is 22, so do I notice anything?
No. Not right away.
Is there anything that sounds weird?
Yes.
Okay.
So normally you can hear the sloshing of water out on the sea, the water hitting the side of the boat. But now you can almost hear water on rocks.
I take something like, I don't know, some small thing that's on the ship that's unimportant, and I just kind of lightly toss it off the side of the it makes like a sploosh or a smack sound. I'm gonna drop a piece of copper.
There you go.
Okay, well it splashes into the water like normal.
Okay.
Nothing out of the ordinary there.
I'm going to climb the thing in the middle that I'm forgetting the name of. Thank you. And see if I see anything out of the fog.
As you climb up the mast, you notice there's this... The fog's almost parting, I guess you could say. And you notice this twisting stone spire that's just jutting straight up out of the...
Oh god.
This is on no man-made maps.
I shout down to Manrak and I say, drop an anchor or slow down or something. We're gonna run a mountain.
Run aground.
Well, rather than dropping the anchor, because that's probably useless, I'm gonna kind of try and get us to turn, like, fucking port.
Are all of us awake and present for this?
Sure, why not?
And just shape water and try to pump the brakes.
Speaking of which, is his corpse just kind of sitting there? What?
Yes, you've had this corpse on
Cutwater
your boat
took
for
him.
about a week and a half.
Why didn't we give him like a cool like Viking funeral or something? Like send him off on a slab and wouldn't burn him.
Because Cutwater wants to keep it.
It's Cutwater's responsibility now.
Oh.
I have Lorcan, you have Doug. Cutwater has Val's body.
I don't understand why you want to keep the body. It's been a week and a half. He's starting to stink.
A man has needs. It's not my fault you all thought of that.
What else would you use the body for?
Experiments. So anywho...
Do we avoid smacking into the thingamajig?
Yes.
Yeah.
And now that we've gotten pretty much right up on it, can everyone see it pretty clearly now?
Yes, the fog actually stopped 40, 50 feet from where the base of it touches the water. And then the spire itself just juts out of the water probably 200 feet straight up into the air.
Like, how wide is the tower? Like,
Pretty
is it
wide.
like a lighthouse, or is it like a...
It's like a straight, think like Space Needle.
Does it have a kind of Space Needle-y arcane vibe?
No.
Time to go on an adventure, guys.
I look back at everyone else and say, should we check it out?
I roll a...
Hell yes.
Can I roll perception and just see what I see?
Yes.
Does my perception see anything?
I roll a 20. Not a natural 20.
So for both of you, like I said, you can see that the fog stops abruptly around 40 to 50 feet before the base of it. It almost looks as if the clouds are circling around. There's bright blue sky above it. There's nothing really hampering the sky and the clouds around it. It seems made out of whitish stone, but it's not carved, but you can see where it's been carved into, if that makes sense.
I look at Cutwater and I say, Cutwater, would you be able to move the waves just to kind of slowly scoot us closer to the spire?
Yes, that seems
like a terrible idea. Why would we want to go in there?
For
To be-
adventure.
I mean, it's not on a map. Maybe we're the first ones to cover it.
As
I
as
think-
Steffi says her bit, Cutwater remains unconvinced, and then Malachi adds at the end, "Adventure," and then Cutwater's like, "Oh, you scallywag," and then acquiesces and floats the boat over to a suitable docking space.
I don't think we're the first ones to be here because I don't think this was naturally shaped.
Could have
By
been something by the gods.
There are carvings.
possibly.
By the what?
The gods.
The holiday Hubi Wati?
Who do you think saved us from all the other ships?
Can I see the
There's
carvings? Like, can I roll to see if I can make anything out of it?
Roll.
9?
You see that there's stairs carved into it that go up.
stairs.
Circle around.
Yes.
I step down from the gangplank and just like kind of look up, look around as I like take a step down and make contact with the ground.
Do I hear? Oh, sorry.
As you land your boat, you see that the sands themselves aren't like normal, the yellow sand. They've almost become almost pure white, almost snow.
Pretty.
Is there any kind of magic-y vibe from the white snow sand?
No.
I get out and go down on the sand and like push my hands into it.
It feels like normal sand.
How weird. I'm inclined to go up the stairs just to see.
I go with her.
So we slowly progress up to the staircase, and assuming nothing happens, continue up the staircase.
Indeed.
Logan and I follow.
Yeah, I'll follow.
Okay. So, as you guys climb the stairs, you finally make it to the top after probably around half an hour of just vigorous hiking and climbing.
I wipe my brow.
You come to what looks to be like a doorway carved into the side of this pillar. It's made out of the stone pillar itself. It doesn't even look like it's an actual door. It looks like it's a door carved into the stone.
I look back then at Malachi and I say, just in case this is something or we needed a little bit of extra strength, would you be willing to check the door?
Hell yeah. And I open up the door.
Does he open up the door?
Roll a strength check.
20? I was on until 20.
It does not open the door.
Oh.
If it is even a door.
I would like to try and open the door.
Okay, go for it.
23.
It doesn't open the door.
Dope. Is there any writing? Like any runes, any scribing, like whatever?
Yep, I'm getting that right now.
There we go.
Because it's all going to be in Elvish.
Hell yeah!
Like the one language I don't speak.
We got this, Sean! It's something we can do!
I asked the door politely to please open up.
I think we have to wait for nighttime.
So can you give us a rough translation of what it says?
Then the stars have risen, the sun has taken its leave, the moon shall greet the doorway, and taken you will be.
And taken you will be?
Yes.
That doesn't sound like it's a friendly door.
Taken.
A portal opens when the moon rises.
That is exactly what that sounds like.
I wouldn't say that elves are very violent people.
I'm trying on Val's coat.
While we're up at the very top.
Yeah, I whip it out of a pocket and I make small amendments.
Body with us?
You fit his entire coat in your pocket? How big is your pocket?
Large pockets.
He's got pockets of holding.
Yeah, never mind.
Sami Mascali Boreal, Si Melkar Sajel Erjale, Si Tai Marker, Si Sai Isajel Oshorshi.
Yeah.
God bless you.
Are you testing your wife's Elvish?
My
Does your wife speak Elvish?
Of course she does.
That's awesome.
Wait, in real life, your wife speaks Elvish?
In real life, she doesn't know.
Okay.
That's
But
so fucking
I
cool.
will say this, that there looks to be other words written around the door, but they're kind of worn away.
Can I make an Arcana check to see if there's anything malicious about this magic?
Like I said, there's no magic.
Right, it's a door.
Do we just sense anything in general now that we're at the top? Like any sounds? Anything?
Besides the waves hitting the bottom and the wind, nothing.
Can you still see the fog?
Yep, you can still see the fog.
Does it completely surround the island?
Yes, but you can actually see over the majority of the fog at the top of the pillar.
Ooh.
Does there seem to be anything interesting on the other side of the island from where we landed, or any of the other sides?
No, not really.
Water.
You can almost make out, looks to be probably coastline in the distance,
Ooh.
but it's so far that it'll probably take another couple days
Yeah.
to get to it.
So, looking at Sean, I am going to stay up here until it's nighttime. Just to see.
Okay, I'll stay with you.
Okay.
Where are we in the moon cycle?
In the moon cycle, currently the moon is half full.
Okay, so there should be a moon out tonight, so we should be fine.
Okay. Are you guys gonna go back down to the boat or stay up here?
I'll stay up.
Staying up here, just working on the flag, just top of the stairs. The wind prickling at the sides of our faces, tempting us to an everlasting doom.
Well, I'm going to get as comfy as I can on these stairs and try to take a nap.
Okay.
Please don't let me roll off to my death.
So you guys are gonna wait around until.
Manrock
Yep.
is going to keep watch, like, very purposefully watching around for things.
Like, kind of looks at Seth's money pouch and kind of looks over the cliff. Well, not cliff, but like the fall. Just kind of like back and forth, just. And it's just knitting a flag, knitting a flag.
You guys spend your night.
I did a new flag!
Jesus Christ.
How's it look?
But you guys spend your night up on
I like it.
the top of this spire. Night comes around, the stars are out, the half moon is out. What do you guys do?
I reach out as soon as the moonlight is bathing the area and touch the doorway.
It's still stone.
I say the phrase written by the door in the Elvish language, sorry.
Nothing happens.
I say it in normal language.
Normal language. Nothing happens.
I say it in celestial language.
Nothing happens.
Oh my god.
Well, I tried all my options, guys.
I try to open up the door again.
Strength check.
Alright. 18.
You bruise your hand.
22? Well, I'm not hitting it. I'm just trying to, like, push it open.
Smack!
22.
You can't push it open.
Can I just walk straight into it?
You're gonna walk straight into the stone.
Yep.
You have to believe, though.
Yeah, it's like the Polar Express movie.
So you just walk into a stone wall.
Well, I don't know, maybe. It might do something, but yeah, I'm just gonna walk right into it.
You just walk right into the stone wall.
My nose hurts now, I'm assuming.
Roll for damage.
No, I didn't walk that hard.
You're fine.
Well, okay, so Seth or Sean, can you, in Elvish, ask the door to open?
I'd say,
Sure.
please open in Elvish.
Nothing happens.
I mean,
I say maybe it just needs a boost, so I put my hands on it and give the stone a shocking grasp to try to power up something, maybe.
Nothing happens.
So you said there's a moon indentation. Stars?
There is stars.
Are they in what looks like could be a constellation?
Yes, you see two major constellations. Pegasus, and you see the snake. And they're around the what looks like a waning moon, a waning crescent.
And where are those constellations right now in terms of how far they're rotated in the night sky?
You can see the Pegasus, but you can't see the snake.
Wait, is the moon waning right now, did you say?
Yes.
It's waning, but we're not at waning crescent, we're at waning half, so a couple more days
Oh,
before we get to crescent.
well, maybe we're just not supposed to be here right now.
Maybe we just have to wait 2 days and then wait for a specific time when both Pegasus and the Serpent are up.
I'd be willing to hang out for 2 days and go like fishing.
I attempt to consult the amulet for hints.
Oh,
I like flip it over, look into it. I try sail seamus calibrail si melcos jail air gel si tal marcus si say ale say jail o shore sheet. And I just your mother pronounced it wrong.
That could be, I never met my mother.
Nothing happens.
Nothing happened.
I say we wait the 2 days that we have to wait.
I look over the island and see if there's any sources of fresh water.
There is not.
So I guess in the 2 days, I look around the base of this place and just explore a little
Literally
bit.
in probably 30 minutes, entire base of this stone spire.
Wait, what?
You're able to explore the entire place in 30 minutes.
Oh.
Yeah,
Alright, well,
there's-
I guess I just wait for 2 days for everyone else, I guess.
Or wait until the waning crescent.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck it.
Okay, so
Okay.
2 days in the waning crescent.
I take that time to identify some stuff.
Okay.
I attempt to identify this.
The necklace.
Yep.
So you realize each night you seem to, whenever you're wearing it, these dreams, these visions. And you know that it's coming from the necklace itself. You're able to deduce that the name of the necklace it's called a guide stone. But any of its other abilities are unbeknownst to you.
Okay, well that was one. We hadn't identified those boots that we found the other day. I will attempt to identify those.
Thank you. I was going to ask.
Josh,
Yeah,
your
fine.
boots
Kind
of the
of.
Winterlands are in your inventory too. Those
Oh,
are the boots
you
that you're
added?
wearing. Yep.
Cool.
The
Sorry,
casting staff with Snakehead, did that need to be identified?
Oh, that's true. Can I identify the snakehead staff?
It's a staff of the serpent. So basically, whenever you throw it down on the ground, speak the command word, it turns into a snake.
Like Moses.
Fucking Moses, yeah.
Nice.
So
Oh my
whose
God.
whose character has that?
Sean has that.
I don't have that, do I?
Oh, I thought Manrat gave that to you.
I thought
Yeah.
Mo got it.
As like a casting
No, I
thing.
gave it to Sean.
Oh, okay. Well,
That's news. Okay.
So I guess while we're waiting, I asked Seth if she found anything in the wreckage when she turned into an octopus, or what did she say down there?
This guy, kind of take a deep breath in and sigh and say, I just saw everything getting sucked down by the goddess.
When you say sucked down, like she's inhaling it?
No, like she was near it and it was all deeper into the ocean.
After 2 days of waiting, night comes around. The waxing crescent is up, but
Whoa!
the Pegasus is not in the sky, nor is the snake.
God damn it.
Well, what the hell?
I'm just gonna go ahead and say we should probably maybe go to the coast, ask the locals.
I don't think there are locals here. Oh,
Like
you mean
in
the other
the-
coast.
Yeah, like see if they've heard anything about this strange spire.
I want to turn to a spider.
Okay.
And I'm going to crawl up the wall where the words are that we can't really read that well, and see it being really tiny helps me see like the faintest indent of being able to make out the rest of the words.
Go ahead and roll your perception check.
Oh, nat 20. So I'm going to turn back to, I'm just going to, yeah, my person form's still there. So I'm going to turn back to my person. And I say, once the bloodline is broken, then the gateway is unchained. All the light is gathered. The way will be unsealed.
Wait, so Cutwater, do you have any remains of Val, something that's bloody? And let's just rub it against the door.
I go down to the boat and I borrow Val's hand.
You borrow.
Okay.
You excuse me?
Don't worry, little buddy, I'll bring it back. And I come back and I wave at the door with Val's hand.
Put some blood on the door.
Nothing happened.
I put some of Val's blood on the door.
Nothing happens.
I try
What
to
does
push
it
the door
mean
open.
to break a bloodline, though?
Like
To kill the last remaining living member.
Yep.
That's be my guess. Spirit of Valve, you are so wise. I was just gonna say that.
Aren't constellations like related to star signs? Isn't that a thing?
Yes.
What star sign is a snake and what star sign is Pegasus?
Think like Oblivion. People were born under certain constellations.
Got it.
I'm going to say this, being born under the snake and the Pegasus is absolutely rare as hell.
Okay.
Were any of us born underneath the snake and a Pegasus?
No.
Well, now we know we're looking for someone that is born under Pegasus and the snake. And that we possibly need to kill them for this thing to do something.
Yep. Yeah.
Alright, agreed. We will come back to this. Put a pin in it.
We can-
Mark it on the map.
Yeah, we
Mark
can
it on the map.
Pin.
Put it on the map
Yeah.
since it's not on there.
Do we know what date that would be? Like a specific date?
You don't know enough about astrology itself.
We need to
Lucky for
talk-
you, you're going to a country full of fucking scientists, astrologists, arcanists. Literally, you could throw a rock and probably.
Okay. Well, I say let's continue on to the city and we'll talk to someone there.
If we threw a rock at them, they're probably unlikely to help us.
Well, don't actually do that.
Thank you, Sean.
You genius, you.
Sean is the only reason I'm still sane.
You pacifist, you.
Okay, so back to the boat and continue on with our then. Continuing sailing.
Awesome. So
Yep.
you travel for about 3 more days. Well, on the 3rd day is when the storm Cutwater dreamt about hit.
God damn it, why didn't you tell us?
Thanks for sharing, Cutwater.
You know, it was not clear that was the problem that we would be facing soon.
Well, did you dream anything about how to get us through the fucking storm?
I tried.
So, looking at Cutwater, I said, do you mind sharing your other dreams with us? Something that we may need to know about.
There was a big man in chains who said we had to find some things. He was extremely vague. And that island we just left is bathed in flame. Abbassai and Farronwood both lost. The Necromians showed up and killed them all. There's a big scary man on a rotwooded dock in Reichstag depositing bloody sacks in the water.
On
I
the
fell
third
as
day,
I said that.
the storm is literally just rocking them. In the distance, you guys can see there's a pretty big light going on.
Like a single light, like
Like a
lighthouse
single big light, like a big bonfire.
It's a lighthouse.
Well, it's ground level, so
That's bad.
That's a shitty lighthouse.
you can see the land. You can almost see a dock off in the distance.
Maybe we should try to get out of the storm as quick as possible.
Yeah.
towards that dock.
I'm cool with that if that's what you guys want to do.
Yep.
Okay. I steer towards the dock.
So as you land, you see there's a single man, and he just kind of looks at you with lifeless eyes as he has a bucket in his hand, and he just dumps what looks to be almost watery mixed with chunks of something into the water.
I look over to Cutwater and I just like give him that look like, is this the guy from your dream?
Is this the guy, Wayne?
You never saw his face, so you don't know.
So none of his physical characteristics.
They don't match, if that's what you're asking.
Okay. He's almost kind of not the guy.
He just looks at all of you, travelers. Don't get many of them. And he just goes back to dumping his bucket.
Can I roll perception to see if I can make out what it is that he's dumping?
Go for it.
Can I just tell because of my perception?
Well, Mo, I'll tell you this much. You smell blood.
12. 15?
Like I said before, it's probably a watery...
I kind of lean over to Cutwater and whisper to him, I smell blood in the air.
Cutwater looks over at her, just like, I think it might be a little early to but and then he realizes she's not suggesting murder, and he's like, oh, it's already been happening. Not, and then he just does the tap on the nose charades gesture.
Lord.
Is it okay if we dock here?
It's not my dock.
So you don't mind?
Dock wherever.
Is this a what can we see? What's around the area here?
It looks to be a moderately sized town.
Oh.
Can we see that fire that we saw during the storm?
You can see the fire, and you can see what looks to be like a crowd of people there.
So how far is this fire from us?
Probably a couple 100 feet.
How big is this crowd?
Probably half the town at least.
So, what you dumping there?
Chumming the waters.
Chumming the waters. He doesn't have a fishing rod or nets or nothing. There's no obvious fishing apparatus around him.
No.
Who's Chum?
Chopped up little dead fish, gal.
Aww.
Dumps one more bucket and he grabs his buckets. Well, hurry up and dock if you want. He begins to walk off.
I get the boat all tied up to the dock and so it's there and staying.
Okay.
Perhaps we should go find an inn. Try to get a room for the night.
Investigate that fire over there.
Yeah, that seems rather prevalent.
Is that where we're gonna go?
I'm gonna follow everyone else. Before we head there, though, I'm gonna shoulder cat before we get there, just in case I need to run away really quick.
As you go to investigate the fire, you see there's one individual that kind of stands out from the rest. there's a wood elf, almost, I guess you could say, ranger individual, standing off by himself, while the rest of the crowd is kind of inching forward, shouting, "Burn her! Burn her!"
I jump off
I
from
get it.
Cutwater's shoulders and kind of try to like go through the crowd to see a little better, and I end up going, "Oh God, didn't mean to throw it at you. Sorry." And I like try to act like Cat, so like I'm gonna leave Cat thing.
So you're gonna do what?
The thing where they like rub against your leg.
You're rubbing against my leg?
Yeah.
Or I look down and stare at you.
I look up at you and I try to see if you're saying anything or if I see anyone.
Can I make a check to see if I know that this is someone who's like wild shaped or like polymorphed kind of thing?
You can attempt.
That's a 15.
Yeah, it just looks like a cat to you.
All right. I
So anywho,
look back up to the.
as you all inch a little closer, you see that the base is on fire, and the fire is slowly creeping up to where the platform she's tied to. You can already see that she's beginning to sweat a little bit. There's a podium that's been built, and you see that there's a human guard, captain-looking gentleman, a fine-dressed man, a man in priest robes, a heavily armored gentleman, a dwarf, and a moderately armored gentleman. The dwarf in his hands holds a book, as well as the priest, who has a book, like a book bag on his side, and in one hand he holds a mace, and the other he's reaching the sky. And so the gods bless once more.
Oh God,
Once
Jesus.
we have gotten rid of the vile witch, she who has brought this monster into our land to prey upon our people, bless us, ye almighty God, and take this consorter of demonkind with the great power of the flame. The
That's
whole
funny.
time she's tied up there and she's just screaming, "I have nothing to do with this!
What
You're
race is
making a
she?
mistake!" She's human.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
I run forward to like cut her down, hop up there quickly. And
How much fire are we talking about? Is this like a large pyre?
Yes.
I jump up like right next to her and try to cut her loose.
So you're
So-
just gonna cut the ropes?
Yeah, to like free her, and then if I do
Okay.
free her, then grab her and jump out of the fire.
Okay, so go ahead and make me a strength check to pick her up.
17, and then
So you manage to pick her
Jump
up,
as well?
but you're only gonna be able to move 10 feet. So you're gonna stop right there?
if I can go a little further, then
Okay.
Cutwater gets like weirdly and uncharacteristically nervous, like almost jittery.
so I say, "What is the meaning of this? Why are we setting this woman on fire?
She's a witch, they just said so.
How do we know she's a witch?"
Malachi, as soon as you cut her loose and jump down, the guards are. One of the men that is up there on the podium locks a crossbow back and points it at you. The dwarf steps up and he begins to speak some arcane magic in his hand. You see the crack of lightning. Several of the peasants are all ready to fight. Picked up just random objects, stones. They have pitchforks, torches. They're ready to fuck you up.
So is anyone going to
mayor
answer?
looks-
Oh, I'm sorry.
The mayor looks at you and, What are you doing, stranger? You cannot take our sacrifice like that. She has brought the plague upon this land, a beast that hunts our people.
Ooh.
She brought the beast here?
She summoned the beast. She's its master.
What evidence do you have? How do you know she summoned the beast?
We found arcane writings in her home. That's why we've brought in these 3 fine witch hunters. The 3 of them look around. The lead one steps up. I am Lord Hunter George, and these are my companions, Horst and Villac. The High Priest Fredericks travels with us as well to bless the lands that we purge. Now, you will return that witch to the fire, or us and this town will leave you bloody.
I will not return her to the fire. But I do propose that I'll help you. I do not return the witch to the fire, but I will help you destroy whatever beast she supposedly brought upon this town.
The High Priest just chuckles. You, alone, go and hunt monstrosity that plagues our land, steals children in the night, devours families in an instant.
I'm gonna kind of walk behind this thing where they can't see me, and I'm gonna turn into the direwolf form, and I'm going to... Okay. I'm going to walk up to where he is and kind of bend my body around where the miniature is to make it look like that I'm his pet, like he could handle a big beast.
The High Priest just kind of takes a step back. He calls nature. A great direwolf comes to his side, Lord Hunter. He might just be the one we need. For I've seen it in the visions of the gods. Grant.
I start flexing my bicep just a little bit.
The mayor humbles and begins to scratch at his beard. He may just be the one. Lord Hunter, should we grant him at least, say, a day? Lord Hunter scoffs. He has till morning to bring back the head of the beast. I still say if we kill the woman, it will clear the way. The beast will be no longer bound to her whim, and then we will be able to hunt it without meddling.
You have no proof that if you kill her, the beast will be gone. I'll handle the beast and the woman.
Yeah, you will.
Well then. Guards, take Miss Henrietta away. Put her in the dungeon. Lock and key, 3 guardsmen. If she so much sneezes, kill her.
What if she has her allergy?
Sprinkles pepper.
So then, the priest says, stepping down from the podium, coming up to you. Good gods, bless this man as he traverses into the dark of a forest in the village of Grigori. Needs his help. So grant him strength, God. Grant him the prowess to hunt this beast. The high priest finishes his blessing, motions for the villagers to follow him, and the guards drop into lockstep and march away.
You're lucky, I would have killed all of them.
So all that is left on the podium is the 3 hunters. Lord Hunter George stands firm with his crossbow. I don't expect to see you come morning.
I growl at him.
Why won't you be up then?
The hunters stand there. The dwarf kind of puts away his magic. He gruffs. Lord Hunter George uncocks his crossbow and puts a bolt away. Though, you do have heart. And that is what matters when being a hunter.
Well, we wouldn't be alive if we didn't have hearts.
Very true.
Please tell me you do not intend to bring this little girl with you into the wild.
48. Why does everyone keep calling me a little girl?
Oh, forgive me. We all forget how half-elves age.
My eyes narrow.
She's 48.
Little half-elf child.
I guess that's technically true.
You even bring a goblin with you?
The mightiest of all goblins.
You keep strange company, fighter.
We were gonna bring more, but they wouldn't fit on the boat.
I still plan on getting my goblin army. I haven't given up on that.
Oh, they're probably dead by now.
No, they're not. How dare you say things like that?
Well, they just got
They're-
that entire
they're
island just got wiped out by the Memorians or whatever.
We
They're called.
don't know what happened. I will
Wait,
say.
no, I got the vision. It's all fucking gone.
Are you kidding me? My heart just
Did you
cracks.
see goblins getting destroyed or just the people?
Everything was indiscriminate.
So we're
Indiscriminately
gonna go back and
torched.
the entire island's gonna be razed except for a big statue to Seth.
Yeah, pretty much that whole island country is fucked.
That just makes me and Lorcanus a little bit sad on the inside.
I see Cutwater. I kind of look him up and down.
I like wave Val's hand.
My eyes narrow.
Howdy do.
What is your name?
James Evander Flinson, Nathaniel Avery Bryan, Acidulous Cutwater.
He's a
I
devil.
see.
So we head east
Oh my god, Sean!
to slay the beast.
I look over at Sean and I go, I can see that. I just walk away.
All right. So while he's walking away, say to the group, we head east to slay the beast.
The king and his men stole the queen from her bed and bound